This is Dan Meyer with RCR Wireless News at the CES show here in Las Vegas. I'm at the Huawei booth here with Scott, who is a product specialist with Huawei. Scott, thanks for joining us today. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Great. Well, I know you got some new devices to show off here. Maybe tell me a little bit about this this latest huge smartphone from Huawei.
It is huge. This is the one that we launched yesterday. This is the Ascend Mate 2 4G. I know that's a mouthful,
It is a lot, but it's okay.
but we got a lot of things to talk about. So it's a 6.1-inch device.
Okay.
The screen resolution is a 1280 by 720 resolution, which HD. It's an LCD screen, so very bright, very vibrant. You've also got a 5 megapixel camera on the front,
Wow, okay.
which is kind of an upgrade from last year's Mate 1. It's wide angle, so essentially you could be taking panoramic self-portraits if you wanted to.
Okay.
It's also got a 13 megapixel with flash on the back side, so that's obviously takes a great picture. And with that big screen and the big resolution, you can actually enjoy your photos, which is the whole point of taking them.
Yeah.
So this is it's running a 1.6 gig quad-core processor. It's a Qualcomm chipset. The number, if you need it, is I think it's an MSM 8928, which is it's fairly fast.
Yep.
So you're going to have a lot more speed from last year's version, and it's LTE. So that's going to be a big takeaway from this device. The fact that it's quad band. That's huge for us. So battery life, you're going to be very happy with the battery life with this. I know that's a big complaint with a lot of smartphones. A lot of power. It's a 4,050 milliamp battery. So that's really one of the biggest batteries in a smartphone today, or phablet in the phablet market. So there's other things. This is running Android, but we do have a user interface called Emotion UI. It's our overlay that we've loaded on top. It gives you some different customization options. So things go along with that. The floating windows is one that they talked about in the press release. Say, for example, you're in a text message or something along those lines, and you want to check your calendar to see if you're available for an appointment. You can do that, just pop right up on the screen rather than having to exit out, go back in. It's a time saver, really. There's a lot of fun features on here for beginning Android users, people who have maybe never tried Android but want to jump in head first, so to speak. One thing I'll kind of show you really quick, and this is something I believe Richard mentioned as well in the conference, is this simple home setting. So what it does is it makes the phone very user-friendly. You really can't get lost. Very big, easy to find, and easy to use. So that's going to be a fun thing as well for people who have maybe never been on Android. I don't know if you want to hear about how much you want to hear about Emotion UI, but there's other features that go along with that with customization. For most smartphone users when they buy a new phone, the first thing they tend to do is go and they customize it. So they change the background picture, maybe the font, the style, the color scheme, they move the apps around, stuff like that. This has settings preloaded in the device that you can select from in order to do it all in one fell swoop, rather than having to go back and forth to change each individual thing. So you can just kind of pick, one that you like. It gives you a preview of what it looks like. If you like that, you can click apply, and your phone is newly customized. So that's everything. I mean, the apps change. This deal here, this is called the Me Widget. This is also part of the Emotion UI interface. It's kind of like having 5 widgets in one, like crunched into one. So you've got like contacts, photo album, news, weather, music. It's all there. Usually you can only fit like 1 or 2 apps per screen on an Android phone. So memory, you're looking at about 2 gigabytes of RAM, 16 gigabytes ROM, and you've got expandable up to 32. So you're never really going to run out of space, which is a great feature to have on any phone.
Now, I'm assuming this is a kind of a halo device, a top-end device for Huawei, I'm assuming at this point?
Exactly. This is kind of our hero device. We're hoping it does very well for us, which I foresee.
What about, distribution, and when will this model be out for public consumption?
As far as you know, it's going to be available in China the first half of Q1 with other markets to follow. We don't really know where or for how much yet, but 2014 it will be available.
Sounds good. Scott, thanks so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.